Hello friends, my name is Hamid. Today I'm working on this Viking oven. It's a single wall oven. The customer's complaint is that the lights are flickering. If you play around with the touchpad, if you turn it on, as you can see the lights are flickering. You can still use the oven if you play around with the buttons, but the proper way to fix this is I'm going to show you what to do here. First of all, I'm going to show you the model and serial number on this unit. When you open the door, the model and serial number is located right here. This is the model number. And the problem, you can see the lights are flickering. The oven may still work, but the proper way to fix this is to go through some diagnostic. On my last video, I showed you guys how to go through diagnostic, find the problem and fix it. But today I'm gonna replace a part and show you what needs to be done here. Everything seems okay. So what happens is on these units, if you ever get power surge in the house, it will cause issues with one of the control boards. There's 4 control boards on this unit. There's overlay display board. There's VFD control board, which is a tiny one located in this corner at the back of this display. There's main power supply board, and there's EOC oven control unit. So this is the main control board we are going to replace today, which is EOC, and I will show you how to replace this. In order to replace this, we have to turn off the power. First thing we want to do is we turn off the power. If you go to the breaker panel, usually it's a double breaker. On number 27 and 29, we have the double breaker. It's a 40 amp breaker double. Turn it off. The power is off now, and I'm using this blanket just to make sure I don't drop anything on the floor and scratch the customer's flooring. I'm also using this small mat to put my screws and panels on it. In order to replace the part, we have to pull the oven out. And to pull the oven out, we need to remove the screws from both sides. There's one screw here and one screw here. I already removed these to make my job easier. And then after that, you can close the door, put your hand inside here, and keep pulling it out like this. But you also have to hold it from the door somewhere here. Do not hold it from the handle, you're gonna break it. Hold it from the door and put one of your hand here and keep pulling it out. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do this. Okay, so here what I did here is I removed the whole hinge, which is a bad thing when this happens. I can fix it, but that's probably going to give me a little bit hard time. So what I did was by mistake, I usually tell people to not do this, but I made a mistake. I pulled too much from the door, and that's why I pulled the hinge out. If you get in a situation like this, then it's going to be a little bit harder. I've done this in the past. I've removed the door in the past, so that's not an issue. So I have to fix this first. I have to open the door now. If this ever happens to you, open the door fully, and then you're gonna have to add a set screw right here, just like that. Screw. see the opening here on the hinge. It sets straight on top of this. You see there's one pin there, one pin there. So it stays in this position. You're kind of hooking it up and it sits on top of those metal pieces. And then after that you can open the door and remove the screws. So I'm gonna lift it up and show you. When you open the door fully, make sure you have your foot or something under the door, because if the door falls down, you're not gonna break the glass on it, or you're not gonna damage anything. So have something underneath. You can even have your toolbox just to be on the safe side. And then once you open the door, you can remove your screws. And then you can reinstall your brackets back in. And then once you know that the door is installed properly, close the door very slowly. You do not want different gaps here. So if you run your finger here and there, the gap should be the same. And the door should be aligned from left to right the same. And now you can pull the oven out. This time, open the door a little bit, because I already pulled the oven out a couple inches. What you can do is you have to use 2 hands at the bottom and pull the oven out. You can pull the oven this much only. You do not have to pull it out all the way. Yes, if you have a special dolly, I have a special dolly, but I don't need it for this oven, so I don't have to bring it in. If you pull it out this much that you can take the top panel off, you're good to go. Again, if you made mistake of pulling the door out by mistake and you get busy, you get distracted, be careful to not electrocute yourself. So double check your oven, make sure the power is off, because you can get distracted easily and then it's gonna electrocute you. So double check the oven is off, and then after that you're gonna remove all of these screws out. All of these screws, you're going to remove all of them out. If you need the wiring diagram for this unit to check the components, you open this at the back, open this, and here you go. Everything is right here in front of you. This is the VFD display I was talking about, glass touch keypad. So we have 2 boards. One is here, the VFD board is right here, and I'll show you when I open this unit apart. This is the EOC GT main board. That's the one we are replacing today. And this is also our main relay board, EOC GT relay board, upper oven. So this control board is being used on double wall ovens too, upper and lower. So this is the upper oven. Other than that, I really don't have to talk about anything else here. Everything is straightforward. Remember, this unit also comes with capacitor, so you really have to discharge the capacitor before you work on this oven. The capacitors are also located right here when I remove this panel. Once you remove all of the screws, the top panel comes out. It will be a little bit stiff when you pull it out at first, because it feels like it's almost seized, but because the unit was not open for years, so that's completely normal to get this kind of feeling. This is the upper oven relay board, which it says upper oven, but it's only one single wall oven. This is the relay board we are going to replace today. These are the 2 capacitors, and VFD board is right here. You see this connector, it goes right here. And then of course this is our main display board. First of all, we are going to discharge the capacitor. You want insulated needle nose plier, and then hold it like this. You see these capacitor pins kind of go like this. It may spark sometime, it may not spark. It's not necessary to get a spark from it. This is discharged, and then on this one we also got pins. We're gonna attach the needle nose plier on those 2 pins so the capacitors are discharged. Now you're 100% safe to work on it if the power is off. So we're gonna replace this. I recommend you taking pictures if you're not sure which wire goes where. When you remove these cables, please hold it from the base. Do not pull it out from the wire. Go like this. Ribbon cable, you can also hold it from the back and front and wiggle it back and forth, left and right, and pull it out. This is your temperature sensor wire. If you wanted to check the temperature sensor, for example, if your oven is overheating, you may want to check this. First of all, you want to check this for 1100 ohms on the room temperature. This is the one you're going to disconnect, so that way you do not have to pull the temperature sensor out. This one is for your meat probe. Once you disconnect all the wires, after that you're going to remove these Phillips screws. There are one here, one up top there, another one is here. This is the old control board. Victor Kilo Papa Echo 050233. The new control board also comes with service bulletin, technical bulletin. You may need this or you may not need this. This is telling you how to check the control board, if it's the updated version or not. The new board, the only thing you want to do is, when you receive the new board, is you have to remove this jumper cable from here, add it here. You add the jumper cable from the old one to the new one, and then you can reinstall this back in. I was having a little bit hard time with these screws when I put them back in. These screws, especially the top one, because closer to the hole, you see where the screw is, there's 2 screw holes on each side, and if you add one screw in the right position, the other one in the wrong position, then the 2 others are not going to line up. So you have to open those screws. You see there's one screw hole left there. You can see at the side of it. I added that screw in there, and then that 4 screw was not lining up, so I had to remove this, readjust it to the right hole, and then I was able to successfully add this screw back in. And I can retighten it. Also remember, when you're adjusting this control board in this place, because you got wires on your way, please do not hold it from capacitor or from transformer, anywhere else. Just hold it from the sides, from top and bottom, or from left and right. Move it to the right position and then adjust it there. If you hold from these parts, which you can easily because it's a good grip for you, you're going to cause issues. And even if you don't cause any issues right now, eventually that part is going to break. So remember, do not hold it from the components to adjust the control board. Just hold it from the control board base itself. If you remember, even if you make a mistake on this, remember this is called upper relay, and this ribbon cable goes to the upper oven, because you can also use the same control board for the double wall oven. If you add this ribbon cable on the lower oven, it may not work. So upper oven relay, ribbon cable comes to the upper oven, not lower. You can make a mistake on this one. This is the keypad. You can see the display. This one is the overlay or display board. This is the VFD board. Even if you know what you're doing on these units, please double check your pictures. I have it in that position, and then this is the last picture. You do not want to forget the jumper cable. Everything seems okay now. Before you put the top panel back in, you want to keep eye on these wires, because if the wire is stuck in this position and you put the top panel back in and it's screwed in, you're gonna cause a damage to these wires, and because of that you may damage the VFD board or control board, and anything can happen. If you're not sure how to adjust the wires to make your job easier and to work safely, you can always use a small zip tie here. It's gonna hold all the wires in place for you. That way you're completely on the safe side. Remember, when installing this top panel back in, be very careful, because first of all, this panel is a little bit heavier than normal ovens, and the second, it's very sharp. So when you pull this top panel off, remember to not scratch the cabinets in the customer house. And when you reinstall it back in, the same thing. If there's a microwave or something, be careful to not scratch those when reinstalling the top panel back in. It's also possible that you can hit the top of the oven easily with this panel when we're reinstalling it. So be very slow and cautious here. And then put your hand on both sides and push it. Okay, the oven is fixed. Do you know what time is it?
12:52.
The first thing I do is on these ovens, or I turn on the broil. That way the broil comes on quickly and you can see it if it's coming on or off, or if it's not coming on. Thank you so much for watching my videos. If you guys have any questions, please comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my videos and share it with others. You can also follow me on Facebook. It's called Hamid Appliances Repair. Thank you.